Okay, so how I modified the lesson plan was from Gibson's 2015 textbook and Colahoe 2004. I took their ideas on making the visuals very clear and concise, as well as like color coded and organized. Um, I thought because like part of my activity is like a worksheet, which I modified it to as well, because before it was two open discussions. But I thought if you had the questions on the piece of paper and then people could read them and then verbally say them, I think that helps a lot too. And like my main focus was to like hit different learners. So because we're working with like trees and plants, um Coho, sorry, Gibson's talks about how teaching children about things that they've already experienced is a great way to teach them to read and to hear and to speak any sort of communication, just because like it's something they're familiar with versus like giving something that's totally new that may not exist in a language. Like for instance, for trees, that's like all around the world, so children will be able to translate that. Um, a lot of my modifying had to do with adding videos and pictures and visuals as well as sensory. I think that because it's like trees and stuff, you can like get children to touch the water, touch the dirt, touch the seeds, feel the leaves, and like point to and say the words and like, get their friends to say the words and get them to all interact with each other and they all can copy each other and repeat each other. A lot of my editing as well was simplifying some of the questions because they were a little wordy. I also wanted to make it age appropriate because we are dealing with grade ones to twos. Um, I think that having a simple foundation is great, and then there can be another lesson plan after this that can go into further detail about learning more about plants and their seeds. Um, Also, in my lesson plan, I also wanted to use inclusion. So, a great way that I did that was through group work and then having to ask their peers questions. And if they weren't able to ask questions, they could draw pictures, and their friends would have to come over and comment with them and go through and kind of just point and say the words, and that way it kind of includes everyone and everyone is learning and they're able to do that in different ways. Yeah. And I have the example of my edits on the PowerPoint.